Hey everybody, I am so glad you're all here as we dive in and discover exactly what it means to follow Jesus. Let's check out what Finn and Gilly are up to this week.
Gilly! What? I said no diving today. What are you doing with that stuff? It's too dangerous. The sharks are on their migration paths. See? Look! There's everywhere.
There's great whites everywhere! Finn, I think they're scavenging for food. Is the portal on this ship airtight? I mean, can they smell us? Can they smell us? Oh, what if they figure out a way to get in and have a Natalie eating contest?
You need to take a chill pill. The sharks are outside. They need water. The portal is sealed. There's no way a shark's going to get onto the ship. Okay, but again, let me restate the importance of not diving today. If you go out there, they're going to have a Gilly eating contest.
I wasn't planning on diving today. Duh.
Why do you have all this gear on? Did you find like some Nautilans that want to come back with us to the Freedom?
No. I'm trying to survive around here.
What are you talking about? Like, you look like you're surviving just fine to me.
Well, when I woke up this morning, I realized I'm seasick. I have a throbbing headache, my stomach feels queasy, and I have a serious case of sea legs. That's when I figured out that this is a direct result of the weird air down here. So I have to make up for the lack of oxygen by wearing oxygen.
Oh, really? Sea legs, huh?
Well, yeah, like, you know, when your legs kind of feel weak and they kind of feel like jellyfish tentacles.
Sea legs aren't weak legs, Gilly. When someone has sea legs, they usually have the ability to keep their balance and not feel seasick.
Whatever, definition police. I feel sick, okay? And if I don't keep oxygen in my body, I'm certain I'm going to die.
Gilly, you're not gonna die. I'm sorry you feel sick, but I really don't think wearing an oxygen tank is going to help that. Maybe it was the fact that you got all brave when the skipper showed you the Nautilin's favorite sea treats. I'm pretty sure eating octopus wasn't your brightest idea.
Hey, those things were delicious. And that looks gross. My food was much better than what you've got there. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, letting you drag us down here into this endless pit of doom. The air is thin. I have a sea sponge to brush my teeth with. I'm going to Google my symptoms. I have seasickness taking over my entire body. This is a colossal mistake. I'm gonna Google it. I need to Google it.
Gilly, stop Googling your symptoms. You're going to be fine. Think about it. If the air was that terrible down here, don't you think I would feel sick too?
Well, my body is obviously reacting differently to this unconventional atmosphere.
Look, I can even exercise.
So?
See?
So what?
Fit as a fiddle.
So what?
Okay, I know something that's going to make you feel much better.
Really? What could it be?
Do you remember that funny video that I captured at breakfast earlier today? Nautilans have some really strange games.
that's disgusting. I would totally think that's hilarious on a normal day, but that just made my stomach feel even queasier. I might hurl. Remind me never to look in the chum buckets.
Well, I thought it was pretty funny. You're gonna be fine, Gilly. Maybe you just need to get your mind off seasickness and focus on 2 important things we have to do today. Now, first things first, we need to rescue Scooter.
Who's Scooter?
It's Pearl's pet sea turtle. She was distraught at breakfast this morning because he's gone missing, and apparently he has a tendency to climb up into the control tower and get stuck. So I told her we would help out and do our best to get him.
Of course, we can totally help her. I just love the heroic pet rescues.
Yeah, well, since we're getting a late start, I'm gonna put you on the missing turtle detail, and Pearl said the control tower is in the west corridor.
You're not gonna help? What are you doing now?
That leads me to the other thing we need to accomplish today. I felt the ship abruptly shift last night, and it could be a big red flag that the surface weather patterns are affecting the sand on the ocean floor. So I'm going to check out the radar and see if any storms or hurricanes are approaching. Did you notice this by chance?
No, but I slept really hard after I finally drifted off. This thing tossed and turned like crazy all night. An oxygen tank is really not the most comfortable thing.
Are you serious? You slept in this thing last night?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to help my seasickness, remember?
That's right, I remember. Well, just focus on Scooter and trying to get him back. I'm gonna go check on that radar. This is not good. This storm could cause some major disturbances for us down here.
Hey, boss.
Oh, so the turtle rescue mission go okay?
Really? I mean, I had some minor setbacks.
Like what?
I don't really want to say right now.
Oh. Did you get one of the nautilins stuck in the tower?
No, nothing like that. I mean, everyone's fine. Well, except Scooter. He's still stuck.
I don't really understand. Why didn't you pull him out of the tower? You're usually great with climbs and heights and pulling turtles out of tight places.
Well, I can't fit up there with my oxygen tank on my back. It's like the time I accidentally tried to put on that kid-sized scuba suit and then I couldn't get it off again. So let's face it, Scooter better get comfy because I'm never gonna fit up there.
Gilly, you can't get up there because you can't take that oxygen tank off. I promise, you need to keep that. You really don't need to keep the scuba gear on. I know. I have another story to tell you about Peter. Remember that fisherman in the Bible who followed Jesus?
Yeah, but unless he was stuck on an underwater ship experiencing life-altering seasickness, I don't really see how that applies to me.
Trust me, you need to see this.
God's story. Peter walks on water. So remember how part of God's story is about a guy named Simon who was renamed Peter because he was one of the first people to follow Jesus? Well, it goes like this. Peter left everything to follow Jesus with 11 other guys. They were called disciples. And one day, they were with Jesus while he was teaching a large crowd. After teaching, Jesus wanted some time alone to pray. He told his disciples to go ahead of him in a boat across the Sea of Galilee. Later that night, the wind picked up, and the boat was surrounded by crashing waves. Meanwhile, Jesus decided to join them. And since Jesus can do anything, he walked out to the boat, right on top of the water. When the disciples saw a man walking across the dark sea, they had no idea it was Jesus. They thought it was a ghost. Jesus said, "Be brave. It's me. Don't be afraid." Peter decided to find out for himself. He said, "If it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." So Jesus said, "Come." Kids, if Jesus told you to step out onto the stormy waves, would you do it? Well, Peter did. He got out and walked on top of the water just like Jesus. As soon as he saw the crashing waves, though, he got scared and started to sink. Jesus caught him and said, "Your faith is so small. Why did you doubt me?" It might sound kind of surprising that Jesus called Peter's faith small when he was the only one brave enough to get out of the boat. But the truth is, Jesus is powerful and can help us do anything. He wants us to trust him even when it makes no sense or scary things are happening around us. When Jesus and Peter climbed into the boat, all the disciples realized Jesus is most definitely the Son of God. So they worshiped him. And that's part of the story of Peter. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Peter was a disciple. The disciples got in a boat. Jesus prayed. Waves crashed. Jesus walked on water. The disciples got scared. Jesus told Peter to come. Peter walked on water. He saw the waves. He got scared. He sunk. Jesus caught him. The disciples worshiped Jesus. And that's a part of God's story.
So, you want me to try to walk on water? I mean, seriously, Finn, I don't see how that's going to help anything.
No, Gilly. I showed you this story to help you see how Peter trusted Jesus. Even in crazy circumstances, walking on water seemed impossible to Peter. But when he stayed focused on Jesus, he was able to do something miraculous. Trust me, you're going to be okay if you take that gear off. And you might even be able to help Pearl get Scooter.
All right. I mean, you win. I guess you'd never let me astray before. Oh, man. My headache is already starting to go away. Maybe it was too tight. Here goes. Oh. I mean, it's not so bad. That thing felt like a ton of bricks. Hey, my sea legs are gone too.
They're not your sea legs.
You know what I mean, though? You're totally right, though. Finn, I don't feel bad at all anymore. I'm gonna go get that turtle. Scooter, hang on tight, buddy. I'm coming for you.
I'm glad she's finally trusting me. Now, I gotta focus on Hurricane Wilma. This could cause some major problems and damage to the Nautilus. I wonder if there's any updates on this radar. Oh no! It's been upgraded to a Category 5 hurricane. The currents and the water temperature changes cause major sand shifts down here. This is not good for the Nautilus.
Look what I found. I got him. He's safe and sound. All happy. No, you're right. I mean, I'm glad I finally found him. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you sooner. I mean, it was a tight squeeze up there, but I finally got him. If I would have trusted you and took off my scuba gear, he wouldn't have had to wait so long away from his mommy. But you were completely right. The air down here is fine.
Yeah, and because you trusted me and took off your gear, you were able to do something amazing. Pearl is going to be very happy to get her precious Scooter back.
Totally. She's going to make like a dolphin and flip. I crack myself up sometimes.
Let's just go find Pearl and give Scooter back to her.
Sounds like a plan, boss. Come on, little guy. It's time to reunite you with your mommy. Hey, Finn, were you just dreaming about the boat moving last night? What's happening out there?
Yeah, I've got a lot to catch you up on. Let's go.
Oh, wow. So many crazy things are happening aboard the Nautilus. What did Gilly learn to do today? To trust Finn or bait a fishing hook? Exactly. Even though she was worried about taking off her scuba gear, Gilly knew that she can trust Finn. It's just like that story about Peter from the Bible. When Peter stepped out of the boat and took his eyes off of Jesus, he started to sink. But as soon as Peter started to trust that Jesus was in control and was taking care of him, he was able to walk on water. When we begin to trust Jesus and we stay focused on him, we will see miracles happen in our lives too. And that's exactly what we need to know today. So let's all say this together. Trust Jesus. There may be times when it's hard to trust Jesus, especially when things don't make sense. But when we remember that he knows what's best for us and that he wants us to live the greatest lives possible. I had so much fun with all of you today, and I can't wait to see you all back again next week to see what happens aboard the Nautilus. Before you go, let's all bow our heads, close our eyes, and pray together. Father God, I just want to say thank you for loving us and wanting what's best for us. Thank you for having a plan that we can just trust you, Lord, to guide us to the best possible outcome of our lives. And it always ends in you, God. We love you. Amen. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week.